Hello, my name is Kelsey Mann, and I'm the director of Party Central. Before I made this short, I was story supervisor on Monsters University for 4 years, and I learned a lot. It was like getting a second degree in filmmaking, and making Party Central was like completing my master's thesis. So I thought I'd share the top 7 things I learned while making this short. The first is get into your story as quick as possible. So I knew I wanted to get to the Oozma Kappas within the first 30 seconds of the short. I wanted to, 1, set up that they wanted to have a party, 2, that no one was showing up to that party, and 3, that Mike and Sully were busting in and having a plan of how to make Party Central realized. My first version was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and it just took forever to get the story going. So when we came up with this kind of quick 30-second idea, suddenly we were off to the races and the short was beginning, which is exactly what we needed. The next thing I learned is take advantage of what can only happen in this world. We've seen parties on screen and television and movies, and we've seen so many different variations on that kind of idea. And what made this special? What made this party different? My favorite scene in Monsters, Inc. is the door vault sequence that happens at the end of the movie. It's that great sequence where Mike and Sully are jumping through door station after door station, going, in essence, through portals, kind of leading from one place to the next. I thought it was just so fun and inventive. And we thought, boy, what if that technology was in the hands of frat boys? What would they do with it? And of course, they would use it to steal the cool kids' party. And that was basically the whole setup to this short. And which leads me to my next thing, which is number 3, have a simple setup that pays off with gag after gag. So you can see we've already done our setup, right? We know what's going to happen. And now all we're doing is setting up gags in which characters are going through a door station, a portal, through one side where the party's happening, over to the other side, the Oozma Kappa's place, where there is nobody there yet, but suddenly Party Central is becoming Party Central, and people are starting to show up. And so you can see here, all we're doing is sending different people through the door stations in different ways. And they start really simple. People just kind of run through, but then we start getting more complicated. We're suddenly like, whoop, they go through a little trap door and slide over to the other side. Or they take the portal and like dump it on top of people, sending them through to the other side. It was so mind-boggling, but crazy fun to think of all these ways you can use a portal to kind of send people from one side over to the other. Now, some of those ideas didn't actually make it into the final film, which leads me to my next lesson. Number 4, conga lines are complicated. We had this great gag. The short was originally around 8 minutes long, and we realized it was just too long, and we weren't able to actually produce it. It was just too complicated, so things needed to be cut down. We had this great conga line gag. We had all the students on the roar side kind of saying really loudly, da 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 da, and then when they went through the parents' bedroom, they got really quiet. Da 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 da. It was a great gag, but it was really incredibly difficult to do because, 1, it was a lot of characters like this shot, and what makes like a shot like that even harder is when the characters are interacting with one another. And that's all a conga line is. It's a lot of people interacting with one another. So sadly, that had to get cut. But ultimately, I think it was the best thing because, a 5.5 minute short is just tighter and cleaner and better. Our 8-minute version was just too long. Which leads me to my next thing. Sometimes going too far is the right amount. I end up giving this direction to a lot of people when I was looking at their work. If it was animation or lighting or effects, for instance, that explosion, our first version of that was so small and it didn't feel right. And I'm like, I think we have to double it. And when we doubled it, suddenly it was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. We're making a monster frat party short, and we're having to do it in a PG world, which is kind of hard because a lot of our experiences in college is R-rated. So we found that was a great way to kind of just age it up a little bit and make it more authentic to the college experience. So going over the top was kind of my MO on this entire short. And you can see it in everything. You can see it here in this last shot that's about to happen. The amount of people that are in this shot, the size of the fire, the lighting, stuff's being thrown. At the last minute in the mix, we added a car alarm going off. I just went for it with this short, which leads me to my last lesson, which is something Pete Doctor said to me. He said, just have fun. You're making this short. People just want to see it and have a great time. It's a party short. just make sure it's fun. And I really tried to do that. I leaned into that not only for the story, making this as much as fun as possible, but I also took it for myself and for the crew. And all these names here, everyone just poured in not only their passion, but really their fun. Everyone had such a good time making this short, and I love doing it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Actually, I have one more thing. It's probably the most important thing. Cross-stitching is kind of relaxing.